Literally, this camera is still rolling. Are you serious?
That's really weird.
That is so creepy.
Some very, very strange things happened here.
Whoa, it just did it again. It's doing it again. Thank you. It was built right beside of an old cemetery that dates back to the 1880s. No way.
What?
I have a cemetery? You are shitting me. Holy shit. Someone is standing right at the end of that rope right there.
David.
Did it just say your name?
It did.
That is wild.
I turned around and that door was open. What in the world? That was weird.
So the question is this place haunted?
We're gonna find out, I guess. What?
That camera just caught that.
Are you serious?
Yes! Ooh, oh my God. Happy Valentine's Day, season of love, everyone. It is February, just a few days after Valentine's Day that we are here and filming this, and it is freezing out here.
Yeah, I don't feel very loved by Mother Nature.
No, we are up in the mountains in Ohio at Landall's Mohegan Castle once again. And when we pulled up here, as we drove up the mountainous, hilly area to get here, it dropped from the 20s down to 10 degrees Fahrenheit. So it is frigid up here. But we're returning to this cottage for a very specific reason. For those of you that remember, when we were here a little over a year ago, there were some very interesting responses that came through the Ovilus from this cottage, which is now a very romantic vacation destination cottage.
Yes.
And as always, we are going to record the Spirit Box audio so that when we give you this video, this documentary, we can play it for you. What'd it say?
Bush.
Bush. Huh. We are going...
Okay.
Did it just say bush wood?
It said bush wood bottom.
Oh God, Ovilus is giving us a run for our money right now. And we had some very suggestive things coming through.
We did, yeah. Some very, very weird things that shouldn't be coming out of the Ovilus, maybe.
And sequences of words too, not just single words. We'll talk more about that when we get in there. My lips are freezing off right now. But we decided to come back here as kind of a Valentine's Day treat for everyone so that they can relive this moment with us, and maybe we can capture some more interesting responses and some more very bizarre paranormal activity, because we caught some creepy things last time we were here.
We did, yeah. If you'll remember from the previous episode, some very, very strange things happened here.
Yeah, so let's head inside before our digits fall off of our hands, and let's get into that warmth.
Let's do it, please. Wow. Whew.
Wow, it is a lot warmer in here.
It feels incredible in here.
So I will say they've done a lot of decorations since we've been here last. I mean, the place looks incredible with the different paint jobs that they've done here. They had just recently renovated it when we were here a year and a half ago, but they've done interior design, put up this wallpaper, some portraits, some pieces of furniture that weren't here last time, and Cabin 13, the Macbeth Cottage here at Landall's Mohegan Castle, is really coming together.
Yeah, it looks totally different in here, but it looks really cool. I love the wallpaper and the old photos and stuff. It ties it all together with the creepiness of this whole property.
Yeah, and the thing about this cottage is that the cottage was here long before the hotel was. The hotel was built as a resort castle in like the 90s, early 2000s.
I think so.
It was built right beside of an old cemetery that dates back to the 1880s, though. But this cottage dates back just as long. You know, the 1880s, I believe this cottage was built, but it was purchased by Landall's Mohegan Castle to be used as a little cottage, a little romantic resort getaway.
Yeah.
And it's quite interesting because, as I mentioned outside, or alluded to outside, we had some very bizarre things come through the Ovilus that seemed a bit too suggestive to just be coincidence.
Yeah.
We might not want to leave the Ovilus for this.
Idea. No. Team. Man. Meet. Surprise!
Man meat surprise. If it had just been one thing, I probably would have said, oh, that's just a coincidence. But time and time again, the Ovilus was spitting out sequences of words. Like I remember it said pillow moan. It should stop here soon.
Pillow. Pillow moan, huh?
This is a popular spot for couples to have romantic getaways, and it says pillow moan. That's a little too on the nose there.
Yeah, that's a weird one for the Ovilus to spit out anyway.
And then my personal favorite, right before we left for abandonment, it said, even though you were picking it up and moving it, the sequence of words that came out was, man, meat, surprise!
Yes, it did. That was a very strange one. Guys, comment down below if you think that's the weirdest thing you've ever heard an Ovilus say. It was man meat surprise.
I mean, I'm sure that's why people were coming here to this cottage, why people still to this day come here to this cottage. Little romantic getaway and to get a little bit of a man meat surprise.
That is right. That is absolutely right.
So, but I remember specifically one thing that they've changed since we were here last, Dave, is the door to the bathroom.
Right.
It is now like a sliding barn door. So I remember the last time we were here, the first thing we had happen was you came in here to use the bathroom and the door moved by itself when you were in here alone.
Now I will say, I was in the bathroom, came out, and I did not close that door like that. So I'm gonna have to tell Ryan about that when I go outside. That's a bit odd. Here's the restroom. You can see that door does not close by itself, even. That is strange. Okay.
But now it is a sliding barn door, so the door itself, that may still yet move. We'll have to keep an eye on that tonight, but it was a normal hinged swinging door the last time we were here.
I mean, that would be equally as weird if the barn door slid open or closed by itself as well. Because I feel like that might take a little more energy than opening just a normal door.
Yeah.
So
I will say that the one thing about the cottage here was we had stuff happening here long before we even set up. I mean, we came in here to do a walkthrough and we just happened to set up a REM pod and a Mel meter in here. And something was absolutely, from the minute we walked in here, setting off our equipment, which we couldn't explain.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people believe you're upset.
What was that? Oh, wow.
REM pod. Holy shit. Hello? Already, we haven't even been inside here for a minute.
No. And I did unplug the TV just so we all know.
Yeah, the TV's not plugged in. Sir, if that's you, can you light it all the way up again for us?
Whoa.
That's all the way.
Yeah.
But one of the most bizarre things that happened the whole time we were here was what happened to us on abandonment. Do you remember this?
Oh, yeah. The front porch.
It is.
Yeah, it sounded like somebody walking up onto the front porch when we were up at the restaurant.
Well, the weirdest part of it was you could hear the footsteps on the front porch, but the very first thing that happens in that footage is it sounds like someone trying to open the door.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You hear the doorknob turning like someone's trying to open that door.
Listen carefully and know that Dave and I are still at the restaurant. It sounds like someone is trying to open the front door of the cottage. You can't hear any cars pull up, and no car doors close, but without warning, Footsteps can be heard on the porch, and the door handle can be heard rattling.
And we even asked the front desk person, even just today, the front desk person that checked us in very definitively stated that she's only had 2 things happen down here in this cottage to her. One of them being the microwave turning on by itself. The other one being that she heard footsteps on the front porch walking around when she was alone in here.
Now that's creepy.
Yes.
Like, what are the odds of that? Like, of the 2 things she's had happen here, we picked up something similar on abandonment. I feel like we should try and recreate it though.
Right back in here would have been where the actual camera was set up on the tripod. Back in this corner, we had it elevated so that it could see the whole room over top of the dining room table they had in here before. So yeah, let's go ahead and walk out there and we'll see if it sounds similar when you try and move the doorknob.
Okay.
And then walk around on the front porch and maybe to the steps and down.
Okay.
Okay. That sounds exactly like what we captured last time.
What's crazy about that is I can hear every word you're saying crystal clear out there.
Really?
So I feel like if somebody was out there, the camera would have heard them be like, why isn't it opening? Or why is it locked? Why am I locked out of my cabin? Or is there somebody here? Or call the front desk or something like.
What was very bizarre to me is I could clearly hear your footsteps walking away and down the stairs when you first did that. And if you remember, the first thing we heard wasn't footsteps on the porch. The first thing we heard was the doorknob.
Right.
So how did someone walk up on that porch without their footsteps being heard? Their footsteps were heard walking around afterwards.
Yeah.
And maybe walking away. But how did they get up on the porch without their footsteps being heard getting there?
I don't know, unless they, like, for some reason, like, creepily tiptoed up on the porch, which would be a weird thing to do.
Yes.
And then jerk on the doorknob.
Yeah. I don't know. There's no way for us to know for sure if what we caught was a living person trying to get into this cabin when we were up at the up at the restaurant.
Yeah, because you even asked the lady up there, you were like, would somebody from here be doing that? Mm-hmm. And she said no.
Yeah, she said no one from their staff would have tried to get in here. That doesn't mean there wasn't some creepy person wandering around trying doorknobs and stuff to get into places, but
yeah.
Yeah, she said no one from the staff would have tried to get in. We can't say for sure whether it was a living person trying to get into the cabin or cottage, or whether it was something paranormal.
Yeah.
We don't know, but we can test that on our abandonment today, because we'll set up cameras in here and leave the cottage completely empty, and we'll set up an action camera, a little camera on the front porch. So if someone tries to walk up on that porch and get in, there'll be a camera out there that is going to see them.
Oh yeah.
So we'll catch them that way. So yeah, definitely interesting for sure. I'm excited to see what happens whenever we leave cameras alone inside this cottage, to see if we can capture something similar to see if something else happens in here.
Yeah.
With the ghost stories associated with the land that the Landall's Mohican Castle sits on, and the cemetery right up over the hill within walking distance of this cottage here, in conjunction with the history of the former owner who is believed to have never left, whose spirit is said to still wander this cottage. There's a lot that could happen, and we'll see what happens if maybe being close to Valentine's Day, the lovey-doveyness of this cabin, of this cottage, is kicked up a notch.
We're gonna find out, I guess.
Let's go get us another man-meat surprise. Rolling, this is the Macbeth Cottage abandonment. All right, there's Dave.
Hi. Hello.
So we are getting ready to leave for abandonment, and the
My
reason
baby.
Okay. That's weird. That's what happened last time, right?
I think it did say my baby. I know there's plenty of children buried up at that cemetery.
My baby.
Oh. Huh. Well, if you want to stick with that baby and you want to come travel with us, you can go anywhere with that baby. All you have to do is attach your energy to it. That's what we invited you to do that. If you want to go anywhere with that baby, just try and attach your energy to it, and we'd love to have you along with us. You can travel with us all over the place.
Cupboard.
Okay, now that I got the tracer wire back up and running, we got all kinds of equipment in here. And we're going to see what happens when we leave for about an hour. It's still daylight. The sun is setting currently. Mm-hmm. It's almost down.
Almost.
We're going to go up to the restaurant again and leave this place completely empty, with cameras rolling, to see what happens when no one is here, when these cameras are alone inside this romantic, haunted cottage.
All right, yeah. So, guys, we got everything set up. We've got a camera here in the main area.
This is my place.
We've got the camera set up here in the main entryway, the kitchen, the living room. We've got Miss Molly with her REM pod. We've got a REM pod on the kitchen
You're
table.
not from here.
We've got the music box right over here. We've got the tracer wire on the ground. Back in the bedroom, we've got the spirit pod set up. We've got an EMF candle on the sink and the millimeter in the bathroom as well, with a camera running in there. So I think we've got the place strapped and we're ready to go.
I think so. And if this is someone using that to speak, and this is your place, we're going to be here tonight.
Operation.
We'd love it if you would come out and talk to us. Make some of these lights go off, and do whatever you can to let us know that you're here. We'd love to hear you and see you.
Oh, yeah.
So, all right. It's time to leave these cameras alone inside of this haunted cottage. Let's get out of here.
Let's do it. Let me grab the key so I can lock up. That's me.
That was Dave getting too close to the REM pod.
All right. Let's go.
That was probably me. I think I bumped the couch a little bit, maybe. I don't know.
You didn't. Oh, there we go.
That was me stomping too loudly right there, or too hard right there.
All right.
This camera's gonna go on the front porch.
That's right.
$15.
Beautiful.
I think it said 15.
Did it say 15?
I think. All right, I'm gonna cut my audio.
Cut my audio.
Don't leave. Shelf.
As this cottage is empty and the cameras are alone inside, GhostTube starts to speak words at a very high frequency.
I live here. Don't leave. Sorry. I want to talk.
It's important for us to point out that in the 75 minutes that we're gone, GhostTube spit out 100 words and phrases. So while we will be showing you some words or phrases that seemed to have some relevancy, know that the random words and phrases that came through outnumber the ones with possible relevancy by over 20 to 1.
Stalker. Agreed. Satan. Younger. What do I do? Bathroom. Device.
Oh, man. Careful.
Locking the car. Almost falling. Which would have been on camera.
It would have been on camera because we're still rolling on that thing. In we go.
Yeah.
We're back.
That was Dave.
Take our shoes off here now that the floor's dry.
Okay.
Would you like me to take that?
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind.
Okay.
That was me also.
Was the tracer wire you?
No, shouldn't have been.
Because it just lit up red.
Alexis.
Oh, what's going on? Did it light up red?
It did light up red at the end.
That wasn't me. Are you standing on that rope? See how that lit up red? Can you do it again for us? Whatever you did down there at the end? Alright. Taking my shoes off. And we are back. Let's... Whoa, it just did it again. It's doing it again. Thank you. Something is standing at the end of the rope.
Continue.
Holy sh**.
Nightmare.
It's just standing down there. Can you step back off of it for us so that we can... Take a step back so we can see it turn blue again, and then you can stand on it again for us. You are shitting me. REM pods, both of them. What in the hell?
I'm hoping.
It's back! Thank you! Where'd that camera go?
Over there.
He is touching you.
Holy someone is standing right at the end of that rope right there. At the end of the tracer wire. They're moving towards us. Keep walking. Can you come towards me? Keep walking towards me.
Not recently. What do you need?
We're just here to visit you. Yeah, just like that. Keep coming. Keep coming closer.
I need to go.
You can go if you need to, but we just got back. We want to talk to you.
Photo.
We'd like to take a photo with you. And they stepped off of it.
And it's gone. They need to go, and then it's gone.
That is wild. That was so cool. That's the first
Do
time.
you know?
That's the first time we've seen this tracer wire actually work like that. Someone was just standing on it.
That's crazy.
That is insane.
All right. Well,
And both of the REM pods went off too.
yeah.
We won't know until we get home and watch the footage whether or not the tracer had any interaction while we were gone or not. But we both that entire time were standing behind.
Look over there.
Over where? We both were standing behind the actual, I guess you could call it module of the tracer wire. Do you want the doll? You want us to bring you the doll?
Uncle, I'm leaving.
You don't have to leave.
Before you leave, could you touch that antenna on the end of the bed in there? I'm going to set this here.
Guide.
I think that was Dave moving too close to the wire that set that off that time.
That one was me. I have to go to the restroom. So.
Okay.
Table.
Don't forget to turn the camera off.
I won't.
Dave is going in to use the restroom. He's going to shut that camera off in there. Let's go ahead and get this stuff reassembled, come up with a game plan, get ready to do our first session here inside the Haunted Cottage 13 here at Landol's Mohegan Castle.
What the hell?
Yes.
Did you do that?
There was the table.
Huh?
The table.
No, open the door.
No. The door just opened? I was looking at the ghost tube boards over here.
I turned around when I was done.
Whoa, and Molly just fell over.
Are you serious?
Yes. Literally, this camera is still rolling. Are you serious?
Dude, I just came out from using the... Of course, I turned the camera off to go to the bathroom, but I turned around and that door was open.
Dude,
And
Molly just fell over, and this camera would have had to have caught it.
What? I have my audio on too in case something in case there was something.
Yeah, my audio was still rolling too. I was just standing here checking the ghost tube words to see if it said anything while we were gone.
The doll falls over and the REM pod goes off.
Well, the REM pod went off because she fell over. Because when she went by, I think she bumped into it.
Okay.
When she fell over.
What in the world?
The door just opened? I was looking at the ghost tube words over here.
I turned around when I was done.
Whoa, and Molly just fell over.
Are you serious?
Yes. Literally, this camera is still rolling. That camera just caught that. I think. We may have to watch it and see.
I want to watch that back right now.
Rolling on that camera right there, we just turned all the lights back on.
That was me.
That was, both the REM pods were Dave as he was readjusting stuff. Literally, Molly had sat there the entire abandonment, and it's not like I was heavily walking. I just kind of walked over to Dave, and then boom, Molly fell over. So Dave's gonna go get the laptop because this camera playback, you can't fast forward. We'd have to sit there and watch through the whole. It cuts everything into 10-minute clips, so we'd have to sit there and watch 10 minutes of it. But still, that's a long time to stand here and wait for this file to get to the point that we need to watch. So Dave's gonna go out and get the laptop, and then we're gonna sit here and watch and see if there's anything unusual about, or even if that camera captured the doll falling. So that is so creepy. Yeah. Move the table. Huh? The table. No, open the door. No. The door just opened? I was looking at the ghost tube words over here.
Oh, don't be in the way.
Whoa, and Molly just fell over. Yes.
What?
Ghost tube words over here. And notice how gingerly I'm walking too. The door just opened? I was looking at the ghost tube words over here.
It doesn't even happen when you're moving.
No. It happens after I've stopped moving. The door just opened? I was looking at the ghost tube words over here.
I turned around when I was done.
Whoa, and Molly just fell over.
Are you serious?
Yes. Literally, this camera is still rolling. Because she sat up there the whole time. Literally, we opened and closed that door.
Oh, yeah.
If it was going to be anything, like if she was off, like just off kilter or unstable, that door, with the wind coming in, the vacuum of the door opening and closing, she would have fallen when we opened the door.
Oh, yeah.
Either when we left or when we came back in. So I set her back up here. Let me try that one more time. I was here, and I was looking at Ghost Tube to see what words it said. You're like, oh, the door opened. And I was like, what? What? What do you mean the door opened? You're even moving the REM pod.
Yeah, I know. There ain't no way.
Do it again. So that got her to fall over when you punched the couch. But I wasn't anywhere near the couch, and you can see that on camera.
That's really weird.
I was standing right next to her, too, right here in this shot.
Yeah.
Inside the door. And I even walked back in behind here, and she didn't fall over. And you can see I'm standing right next to her right here. And I walk really close to her. And nothing happens. I walked all around her, and then it's when I'm looking at Ghost Tube, and you say, hey, the bathroom door just opened. And then I'm over here by the kitchen sink after I'd stopped moving, and then she just whoop, falls over.
That's crazy. What in the world?
What do you guys think? Let us know down in the comments. Do you think that Miss Molly, the soon-to-be haunted doll, just got pushed over by something here inside this cottage? To us, it's definitely very bizarre.
And there's no tricks or anything, guys. There's not like any... Like, I'll bring her over to you. Like, there's no rope or cord or string or anything attached to her. No tricks. That was weird.
Please.
That's not gonna work there.
So to start off, you see we put the REM pod up here on the mantle, but the TV is not going to interfere with it because it is in fact unplugged. We unplugged the TV for that reason. And so Dave's going to put Miss Molly tape.
Did it just say table?
It did just say table.
Can you try touching that thing again for us on the table?
Are you rolling on your audio? Okay. Go ahead and try touching that thing on the table.
Guys, if you see me doing this, I'm not like trying to press buttons or anything. You know, the buttons that are sewn into my stomach. But I have a really bad bellyache, so... That was weird.
Divided.
That was rather strange. We decided to set up the ovilus because the last time we were here, if you all will remember, it was saying some very, we'll say, provocative things.
Yeah.
And we just wanted to see if that's something that will replicate, if it'll start telling us some suggestive things.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll find out. Well, if there are any spirits here in this nice romantic cabin, we set up a candle there for you. Because that's romantic, right?
Yeah, candles are romantic. Or if you don't want it to be romantic, you can get close to it and extinguish the flame, shut it off.
Don't forget that we have the little red light on the table in the corner, if you want to touch that. And there's also a bright blue light on the end of the bed in the bedroom.
And we put the doll up here on the mantle. The doll moved by itself. We think maybe you might have pushed it. Or it fell somehow. And if you did do that, we'd love it if you touched that light beside the doll. Or moved the doll again. That'd be a good way to show us that you're here. It is crazy. Even though it is warmer in here, my toes are so cold.
Yeah. Are you still here in the cottage with us? See this thing here? This cottage is so small you can only walk like 3 or 4 steps.
But for being as small as it is, it has some activity, I'll tell you that. Like I've always said, I always feel like smaller locations have a higher concentration of paranormal activity just because if there is energy trapped inside of them, then it's going to be more concentrated within a smaller space.
Yeah.
As opposed to like your huge hospitals and prisons and asylums and stuff. You go to these like 300 square foot cottages and cabins, and at least for us, there's been a lot of paranormal activity.
You like this doll here? Somebody, we think, made her fall over. Was that you? Notice how the Ovilus hasn't said a word.
I know, since I think it said table and then divided or something like that. But it said table right as that REM pod was going off on the table over there, which was a weird connection. Could have just been a coincidence, but it was a weird connection.
Yeah. Do you remember me and Ryan from last time we were here? We came back to speak to you. What was the gentleman's name?
I don't remember. I know on the fireplace it says, was it Toots and Turby?
Toots and Tubby?
Toots and Tubby, that's who it is. Toots and Tubby. So I don't know if Toots was a nickname. I don't recall or remember the story of the gentleman. Might be something here after we take a break we might want to look up and see if his name is out there anywhere on the internet.
Yeah.
The box on the table there, you said a couple words through it, but it hasn't said much since. Can you say something now? To let us know that you're here so we know that you can hear us? We think you may have been using that tracer wire, the rope that was on the floor, to show us you were standing there. And we would have it out now, but we don't want to step on it while we're walking around, so that's why we put it away. So if you could tell us if that was you through that box, we'd appreciate it.
Did you die here on this land?
Up on top of the hill, there's something that leads people to believe that there's a lot of spirits on this land. Can you tell us what that is? What's up on top of the hill? Hey, let's give it some space. You want to walk back into the bedroom here?
Yeah.
Maybe if you want to, you can sit on the bed. We stepped back away from it, so you were back here in the bedroom, so you have more space out there. Whoa.
What was that?
Something in the bathroom. I don't know if it was... It's not even, like, the same floor, because this is tile floor. I mean, I guess there's probably wood underneath of it, but I don't think my displacement would have made that pop like that back there by the shower.
If you're still here with us, can you touch that light beside the doll? Or maybe if you're attached to the doll, can you touch the light beside of it?
I know it's just ghost tube, so it's not 100%. It's not, we can't consider it to be paranormal evidence.
Mm-hmm.
What were the last couple of things Ghost Tube said before we shut it off? Do you remember? It said, I have to go, and then it said, I'm leaving.
Oh, yeah.
And after that, it was like everything stopped. The doll fell over after that, but it was like, it was kind of like there was a bunch of stuff going on, and it was like, I have to go, I'm leaving.
We would invite you to come back in here with us. You don't have to leave just because we came back.
We're here to talk to you. I know a lot of people come here for other reasons, and you probably don't want to watch. But you don't have to be scared of that. We're not going to be doing anything like that. We came here to talk to you. What's wrong?
Nothing. I don't know why I got the giggles.
I had to clarify that we're not going to be doing anything untoward.
Nothing untoward.
How about this? I'll count, and you try and use that box to say the next number, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nothing.
What's the next number?
It was like a burst of energy there when we got back from abandonment. I mean, who knows what else happened in here during abandonment?
I don't know.
I'm going to knock the TV off the wall by accident.
Oh man, we're passing up
The bathroom?
some potential square footage in here.
That's true. We could go into the bathroom. We promised them nothing untoward was going to happen, though.
No. Nothing untoward's gonna happen. See, even coming in here, I didn't hear any noises.
No. There wasn't any, like, popping or anything. All right. If you're in the bathroom here, feel free to come out and talk to us. I know this is a weird place to talk.
Do you like sliding that door? Mother Mary.
What?
Is that what it is?
No, it's Bloody Mary. Mother Mary. I mean, that's the, I guess
I don't even know where that came from.
I guess that's the Catholic version. Trying to summon Mother Mary.
Bloody Mary. Bloody Mary. Bloody Mary. Nothing happened.
Never, ever, ever will I forget the moment when you looked into the mirror and screamed, Mother Mary.
Wow. That's what I get for trying to be a relevant, cool kid on YouTube. Mother Mary.
Well, things seem to be pretty quiet right now and the way we have things set up. So what we're going to do is we're going to warm up a little bit. We have the heat off in here to avoid noise contamination. We're going to turn the heat on for a few minutes, warm this place up a little bit more, and then we'll come back with some different equipment, try and see if we can make communication another way.
Oh, yeah.
So hopefully something will happen. Hopefully someone will come out and talk to us. But so far, that moment when we got back from abandonment was probably one of the coolest moments we've had in a long time. So So far, so good. Let's hope more to come.
Let's.
So we're going to do a Ghost Tube Seer session here in the same place that we did an Estes session last time we were here. And we'll see if any relevant images come through in relation... I got to turn my hat around. We'll see if any relevant images come through in relation to some of the history here.
Oh, yeah.
We are rolling.
All right.
If there's anyone here with me, this is an experimental tool that we sometimes use to see if your energy can make pictures for us that will make sense, that'll help tell your story, or to see if you can show us a picture of yourself. So Dave and I are here still. I know you said that you were leaving, but if you can you show us a picture?
Yeah, show us your picture.
Of anything that's important to you.
We'd love it if you could show us what you look like. Or maybe a loved one, or maybe what happened to you when you passed away.
Generating.
We've got something generating.
We've got Jesus on the cross. It's like on the right hand side there's a crucifix in the far back, and then you can kind of see part of it on the left side, but then in the center it's like very close. You can see like the bloody chest of Jesus and his face. It's very detailed, even down to like his armpit hair.
Oh, wow.
Like I'm that close up on him.
Are you saying that you saw Jesus when you passed away? If that's true, could you touch one of these devices that we have set up in here? There's a bright green light, a bright blue light, a bright red light, and there's even a candle on the table. So if you're showing us that you saw Jesus as you passed away, or before you passed away, or when you passed away, could you go ahead and do that?
Generating.
Okay, we've got another image coming through, guys.
Still forming, and it looks like... I would say that looks like a river of blood.
Oh, wow.
Of some kind, I'm not sure. Maybe when I get like the still image that isn't undulating.
A river of blood, huh?
That's what I would describe it as.
Why are you still here in this cabin? Can you tell us that? Or show Ryan an image? Why is it that you're still here? Why is it that every time we take a pause or something, that's when the equipment's going off?
I don't know. Yeah, literally, the equipment was going off as we were setting up for that. Or we were setting stuff up. We had the millimeter up there on the mantle with nothing rolling, and it started going off.
Do you like our doll that's on the mantle?
And the Ovilus did say something provocative, too, while we were taking a break.
It did.
When Dave was putting the Ovilus on the mantle, it said, "Screw that guy."
Yes, it did.
Of course, when nothing was rolling. I can put a screenshot up of the words together for you now so you can see that it did actually say that.
Screw that guy. Alright, can you come through again and show Ryan an image of something that's important to you? Or can you tell us anything about you with an image, please? That would be most helpful. Did you used to live in this cabin?
Generating. Looks like a distillery. I see a whiskey barrel with some bottles of whiskey. What was that?
I don't know. That was not me.
Something behind me in this room on that table back here. I'm gonna move out of the way. It was back here.
I wasn't even moving.
Something moved on that table back there. On the end table on that side of the bed.
That's that picture of that old lady.
Looks like a distillery. I see a whiskey barrel with some bottles of whiskey. What was that?
I don't know. That was not me.
Something behind me in this room on that table back here. Are you trying to move that picture? Is this you, ma'am? Generating again. It is a shadow figure standing in the trees. Tall shadow figure, like a man.
Ma'am, did you just knock on that table? Is that you that we heard? That was really loud.
That was loud. I don't even know if that camera can see that table with me in the frame in front of it.
I'm not sure either.
No, I'm directly in front of it, pretty much. Generating again.
Here.
Is it a chair?
Yes.
Yeah, we got more tree limbs.
Who was it that just tapped on the table in there? Can you tell us your name or show a picture of yourself? Are you the one that built this cabin? If you're upset that we're in here, can you let us know by touching one of our devices? One of these bright lights?
Generating again.
Okay.
Looks like a man in a tuxedo. Really tall, with silhouettes of other people walking around in it's like an open field with trees all around it. The man in the tuxedo looks like he doesn't belong in the rest of the image.
Like a different era?
No, just a completely different style. It almost looks like something a child would have drawn.
Oh, wow.
But the rest of it looks fairly detailed.
Sir, are you the one that built this cabin or lived here?
Sir, if you can hear us, can you show me a picture of what's up on top of the hill? I asked that earlier. This would be a good way for you to show us that you can hear us by showing an image of what's up there on the hill. Then we can communicate knowing that you can hear us and you can use this to make images.
That was not me.
That wasn't you?
No.
That sound?
The sound was, but the REM pod isn't.
Come in here, sir.
You like that toy? That bright light? What about our doll right here? Do you like her? Can you try to move her again? You can push her off the mantle.
Had a number of images in a row and now they just stopped.
Really?
Yep, there's nothing coming through now. For a good long while, I should say.
Don't be afraid to come through and show Ryan an image if you can. If that's something you can do.
I'm going to stand back up and move back over to the bed where I was.
Okay.
Because I don't think anything's really come through since I've sat down here besides one thing of, like, weird tree branches. All right, I'm back on the bed. Will you show me an image on the bed? Show me either what's up on top of the hill or anything that is important to you or anything that's happened in this cabin.
David?
Did it just say your name?
Panel.
It did.
What'd it say, David what?
Panel. Is your name David?
No way.
What?
I have a cemetery.
I
swear to God. I have a cemetery in a bunch of trees with a pathway, with like a dirt pathway.
Oh, wow.
Thank you, sir. There is a cemetery up there on top of the hill, isn't there?
That's wild.
Guys, we investigated up there in that cemetery last time we were here because it was springtime. Ghost tube, sync, pop. Whoa. You hear that music? Can you stand in front of that? Whoa. Whoa. Stand directly in front of it for us.
Can you play that music so we can hear it? You just gotta stand there.
Granddaughter.
That's right. That's interesting.
Yeah, it is.
That is amazing that we got that cemetery.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Thank you so much. My mind is still blown about that cemetery.
Yeah.
That's one of the main reasons they think this whole resort is, or this whole hotel is haunted, because it was built in the 90s, opened up in the early 2000s. But they built it right next to that cemetery from the 1880s.
Are you buried in that cemetery up there? Is your name David? That's my name too. We would love it if you could come out and talk to us a little more.
Were you happy that we came to visit you in the cemetery, or we came up to visit the cemetery last time we were here? We would go up there now, but it's about 60 degrees colder now than what it was then.
Can you feel that cold? David, did you push our doll over earlier? We don't mind if it was you that did that, but we would love if whomever did that could come back out and talk to us.
And you can show me more pictures. You don't have to be done just because you showed me the cemetery. Oh, wow. Generating.
Oh, wow.
It's very green. It looks like a road. It looks like a road. I see trees along both sides.
We're not sure what that means, but thank you for trying. And if you can hear us, and you are able to show Ryan images, can you show him an image with this many numbers in it? The numbers that I'm holding up?
Yeah, show me something with the number that Dave held up. You can show me a picture with that number displayed in the number of objects in the picture, or just show me a picture of the number.
Can you do that, please? If there are children here and you want to play with this doll that we brought, you can do that. You just got to reach up and get her. I'll move out of the way if you want to reach up and get her. I think the REM pod just went off.
I didn't hear it.
As I was talking, I saw something blue flash.
Oh, really?
Yeah. All right, if you want to reach up and get her, go for it. All right, well, if you don't want to make pictures or anything, could you try one more time to maybe touch that device that's at the end of the bed with Ryan?
I'll show you how it works. I can't see. There. Like that.
See how he's just barely touching that and it's working? Now can you do it?
Found.
You found it?
Give it a try.
I'm going to go ahead and stop on the seer
Okay.
while we wait for that. And you have to see this.
Okay.
Evening.
So that was the first one, the Jesus one.
Oh, wow.
And then, I guess it's like a puddle of blood. Looked like a river, but and then there's the...
That kind of looks like the gift shop up there.
A little bit. Man in the trees. I guess that's the shadow of like branches. That's the one where I said he doesn't look like he belongs.
Looks like Where's Waldo?
It kind of does look like Where's Waldo.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
I know I can put it up on screen, but I want them to believe me. There's the one that I mentioned that kind of looks weird, like a Where's Waldo type situation. And just to prove that this happened in that order.
Very weird.
Immediately when I said, can you show us, like I asked, can you show us a picture of what's on top of the hill? And that's what comes through. That's like the second time that we've had a situation where something has come through the seer when we asked for it that is more relevant than what we could have ever thought would come through.
Yeah.
Because we never once said the word cemetery when we were talking. We never said, oh, there's a cemetery up there on top of the hill. Can you show us a picture of it? Like, it was just, can you show us what's on top of the hill? And we did that purposefully because we didn't want to have anything that, you know, not saying that GhostTube does listen to you and throw out images of things that you're talking about, but just to show that it doesn't do that, or that relevant things can still come through when you don't talk about it. We purposefully didn't talk about or say the word cemetery. And they were still, something was able to come through and show us an image of a cemetery when we know that there's a cemetery right up there.
Yeah. Creepy.
Very creepy. And we were there. We were in the cemetery last time we investigated this cottage. We finished off the night in that cemetery.
Mm-hmm.
So, pretty cool. What did the obelisk say?
Evening, steamy.
We're gonna have a steamy evening, guys.
As we're both sat on the bed, it said that.
Oh, God.
All right.
All right, before we get started with this last session here of the night, it's time for another Polaroid. So, for those of you that know, we do Polaroid giveaways on this channel. Not the Polaroid camera, Polaroid pictures. So, we take a Polaroid picture at each of the locations that we investigate, and you will comment down below in the comment section, not in the Premiere chat over here, but in the comment section down below. Make sure you type, I want that Polaroid.
Just do it.
And then we'll go through, after the episode has been released for 1 week, we will go through and we will randomly select one of the comments that says the word Polaroid in the comment. And that will be who wins the Polaroid picture. So, let's take another one. Comment down below, and good luck. on winning this one-of-a-kind Polaroid picture.
That's right. You want to get down there with Tubby and Toots
Tubby and Toots.
or something? 3, 2, 1.
There it is.
There it be.
So when that picture develops, it'll be up for the grabs, up for the taking. Let's get started with this next session. All right, so we're getting ready to do the final session here inside the Macbeth Cottage 13 here at Landall's Mohegan Castle. And we have a couple of things set up in here. We wanted to make sure we implemented Miss Molly, the soon-to-be haunted doll. Because she fell over unexplainably earlier, we wanted to put her at the end of the room with the tracer wire leading up to her. If you remember, we had that lighting up earlier after abandonment as well. And the way that it indicates that something is standing over the wire, it uses LiDAR to detect the depth of that signal. When something breaks that LiDAR, it will light up white on the LED wire that is running along the floor. When there has been something that has stood there that has moved away, that white light will turn red, therefore tracing where the movement had been and where it currently is with the white light. So if you see that light up white, that means something is currently standing at that spot. The red light means something had been standing there. So I wanted to look up really quick though. Do they have the former owner's name on the page? Said it was built in the late 1800s, remodeled in 2023. It's thought to be haunted by its former owners. It doesn't say the name. I wanted to see if the name David was relevant.
Oh, yeah.
It does not say. It just says the haunted by its former owners. So
Okay.
if anyone knows any more extensive history on this place and happens to know the name of the gentleman who built this cottage back in the late 1800s, let us know down in the comments below. Or maybe they will tell us their name through the spirit box. We're going to run a spirit box session here just to see if anything has come through. We use the Ovilus, we use Ghost Tube, and then maybe here in a little bit we'll do an EVP session to see if we can capture any spirit voices. But to start with, we'll do this.
Absolutely.
If you can hear me, can you come through and say hello through this box? There's a candle on the bed there. If you get close to the candle, it'll extinguish. And then you can actually light it again. It's fun. It's a fun toy to play with. At least we think you can. So can you try and get as close as you can to it? And see if that light will turn off? It won't hurt you. It's not real fire.
By the way, my name is Dave and this is Ryan. Can you tell us what your name is?
Over the fireplace it says Toots and Tubby. Who are Toots and Tubby? Someone said, yep.
It's the first thing that's come through.
Mm-hmm. Who is that that's speaking to us?
Are you the one that pushed our doll over earlier? What was that?
I don't know what that said, but we're going to replay it right here so that you can hear it again a little bit more enhanced, cleaned up denoise. Maybe you can make out what it says and tell us down in the comments below, but that was definitely a man's voice.
Mm-hmm. If it was you that pushed that doll over, can you walk up to her right now and try to touch her?
Sound like it said like it or like her or something like that. Same voice.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the man speaking? What's your name, sir?
Say, who's that?
Or who's there?
We already told you our names, Dave and Ryan. Did I say well or wet or?
Sound like I said wet.
Huh. Are you the person who built this cottage? You remember us from last time we were here?
Slide in right past the tracer right here.
Okay.
Right over on this table is a picture of a woman, and Dave seems to think that that picture of the lady has something to do with some strange things that have been going on in here. He had the feeling, he felt an impression that that picture was important to someone.
If that's your picture, can you go up and try to touch it?
Tripwire just went off right beside you.
Wow.
I don't know if the camera back here would have caught it, but right beside you there, the tripwire just went off. Are you standing by Dave?
Can you walk down and stand by the front door, please?
Whoa.
Was that you?
I didn't get close enough for it to go off, that's for sure. I was only right here. And you can see I have to get... What was that?
That was me. I knocked something over.
Okay. But I did not get close enough, but that Mel just went off. I have to get all the way to here for that to go off, and I was only right here. So you can see the difference from here where I was to there.
Well, I did ask to go up and touch it.
You did. Was that you? Did someone touch this green light? I'm gonna take a step back.
If that was you that did that, could you do it one more time?
I'm gonna step out of here because no one's talked to me since I stepped in there. Weird. That tripwire is a bunch of different EMF detectors strung together, so the nodes themselves will light up from purple to blue, green, yellow, and red, depending on the level of EMF, and I saw one of them flash blue. Just a single node flashed blue right there.
Mm-hmm.
So it detected a small amount of EMF, but just for a moment. Is there someone already attached to this doll that came with us? Whoa.
What'd that say?
I'm not sure. We have to replay that and find out what it said, because I was distracted by you moving over there, but I don't want to say that I thought it said yes, because that would be bias, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we'll replay that and tell us again down in the comments what you hear in that moment. Whoa.
What'd that say?
So, we have used the Ovilus quite a bit tonight, but we're just going to turn it on just in case, because it has been fairly quiet, spitting out the odd word here and there. And even said Dave's name.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm going to set it up right in here. Put it on the end of the bed, maybe.
Props.
It really likes to talk about those crops. But those were the calibration words coming through. I've noticed that when you turn the Ovilus on, it always throws out 2 words. And then while that is getting ready to do that, I'm going to grab... Let me grab a light here. Throw some batteries in this really fast, and we can do an EVP session to see if we get anything. Because we have yet to do that tonight. All right. I'm going to put it over here by the picture.
Okay.
Rolling EVP session at the Macbeth Cottage. In the bedroom. And we are still. Is there someone in here with us right now that can go up to this red light on the end table, on the bedside table, and talk to us? This is a lovely cottage. Is it yours? My name is Ryan. This is Dave. What's your name? We're just visitors. Are you happy that people come and stay here and visit this cottage? Bring life and love to this place? Can you give us any message or say anything to us that you want us to know? And we'll listen back and we'll hear your voice. Ending. All right. What the hell? Hello? Thank you. Can you grab a hold of that? As tightly as you can. Is that the heater making that noise over there?
I think it's the plastic cooling down on it.
Gotcha. So that popping sound is not paranormal. That is just the heater over there. But that was a weird spirit pod spike. The spirit pod going off like that is very bizarre because that's one of the most...
Pick it up. Guys, that's normally the quietest piece we have.
Right. It never goes off. We'll go like 10 investigations or 12 investigations without that thing even making a blip. Thank you. Grab it more if you can. It'll let us know that you can hear us. That is so cool.
Wow. What in the world? Can you try the one that's on the couch now?
With the red light?
How strange.
Way more equipment stuff than what I thought we were going to get here tonight. I mean, not that I doubted we were going to get stuff here tonight, but like, between the tracer wire and Molly falling, the cemetery coming through the seer,
The Mel.
the Mel by the picture, and now this, which has been quiet the whole time. Since we got started, it went off a little bit at the beginning.
If you don't like that thing, can you push it off the table?
EVP session at the MacLeod Cottage. In the bedroom.
That's wild. And if it was some sort of interference, these others would be going off.
Yeah, like the other the Mel, the REM pod, they'd all be going off at the same time if it was some sort of interference. Because the things that interfere with them are usually, long range, like police radios or walkie-talkies and stuff and things like that, which if you were to set off a walkie-talkie in here, they would all go crazy.
Yeah?
If a, fire truck, police car were to drive by with their CB radio, it would send out that signal all through here, and all of these would go crazy. Did you just hear a whistle?
Mm-mm.
I thought I just heard a whistle. It sounded like it came from out here right before that went off.
We'll have to check when we review back, but I didn't hear that.
Can you come in here and listen to this with us? And then you can go back to touching that when we're done listening. We just want to hear if someone spoke to us on this.
Come on in here and stand beside me by this doll.
Interesting that it stopped as soon as I said that.
Yeah.
And we are still. Is there someone in here with us right now that can go up to this red light on the end table, on the bedside table, and talk to us? We're Cottage visitors, are you happy that people come and stay here and visit this cottage? Bring life and love to this place?
Thank you for touching that. It's so weird that it...
Was that your stomach?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's so weird that it got... Like, it was so quiet to begin with.
Yeah, that didn't go off the whole time until I came in here.
Right. Like, it started by going off when we were setting up, yes. But if you reset it, it fell silent. And it's been silent ever since until you walked in here, and now it's just going nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's give this person, whoever this is, let's give them a chance to speak.
Yeah.
Would you like that? I'm going to shut this off so we can get a clear recording. Rolling, this is in the living room of Landal's Mohican Castle, placing on the table, stepping away. Someone was making that device, those lights flash really brightly and consistently. Do you have something to say? Are you the owner of this cabin? Did you build this? Are you happy that people are coming in here and bringing life and love to this place? What is your name? Can you tell us what your name is? Get close to that red light and speak as loudly as you can and say whatever it is you want us to know. Ending? Okay, let's see if anything comes through on this one.
Okay.
And then in the meantime, actually, we can put this back in play here.
Yes.
And then let's go over here and listen to it. Got to keep an eye on the tracer,
Everything.
On everything. Got to keep an eye on that tracer wire, too.
Mm-hmm.
Because I really want that thing to go off, because naturally, when we don't have the perfect angle on it, it goes off. Now we have the perfect angle on it. And it may not even go off.
It's hard to tell.
Nothing.
I guess they didn't have anything to physically say.
I guess they didn't have anything to physically say. But it could be a lot of residual energy in this place. There may not be anything intelligent as far as actually coming through and speaking.
That's what I'm thinking.
But strong residual energy. Still blows my mind that I asked them to show an image of something through Seer that was show us an image of what's on top of the hill. And the first thing that comes through after that question is a cemetery. No way.
What?
I have a cemetery?
Uh-uh.
I swear to God. I have a cemetery in a bunch of trees with a pathway, with like a dirt pathway.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, could that have been intelligence or could that have just been energy? I don't know how it works, you know. The whole way the Seer works is it uses magnetic readings to select words, and then the words that come through generate images. So the magnetic readings that it was picking up said the word cemetery. Like the word cemetery was sent into the image generator.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I explained earlier, we didn't mention the cemetery except for when we first came in here on the walkthrough this afternoon.
Right.
To just talk about the legends and the hauntings and the history behind this cottage. That there is a cemetery right up on top of the hill by where the hotel is built now.
Yeah. Maybe the person who built this cabin or cottage or whatever you want to call it's buried up there.
It would be pretty likely, pretty possible. Because it is a family plot, I believe. It's a family cemetery, so... yeah, very interesting stuff tonight. We wanted to come back here because this is a really cool location. It's obviously had an interesting past investigation that led us to think this is a romantic place and there's a horny ghost in this cottage. And we ended up coming in here and getting more than that, getting more than just suggestive words on the obelisk.
Yeah.
We ended up getting some really crazy activity that we did not expect here. So, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you hit that like button. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure those bell notifications are turned on so you never miss a video. And if you made it all the way until this point in the video, make sure you comment down below. I don't understand why Dave couldn't see Mother Mary in the mirror. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you at the next location on the next adventure on our paranormal quest. Bye.
Bye.
Hey, if you enjoyed that episode, maybe click on one of these other videos and watch some more. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, click on this button right down below. We want to thank all of our YouTube members and Patreon supporters for making all of this possible. And we'll see you next time.